Jay-Z compares capitalist to the N-word during an interview. He was criticized. I don't get that. Compares capitalist to the N-word.
Okay, so what he's saying
He was
is,
criticized how he believes black wealth is perceived negatively.
Right.
Okay.
So what he's saying is that people now, when they criticize him, they say he's a capitalist. They would say he moves like a capitalist now because everything he does is like money making moves.
Okay.
And he's saying that because he's made it through. He's broken through the
barrier of I'm a
glass
rapper,
ceiling,
a
whatever.
businessman. Yeah.
Right. And so the only way that they can come at him now is by saying that his business moves are questionable.
Questioning his integrity in business.
Right.
Gotcha.
And the fact of the matter is, I think that what's happening, and that's why I put this, I think that it's just a class consciousness thing. I think because of where he came from, he's just now realizing that, yo, dude, everybody, you're a billionaire, dude. Like, people are going to judge you on how you move as a businessman. That's nothing to do with you being black now. You've broken through blackness, bro. Like, you have,
so
like, are being black it does not matter anymore.
You're almost
he's making
beyond
it like
black
a black
now.
thing. And he's saying, like, they call me a capitalist. That's like them saying I'm a nigga because I'm making money because I'm hungry. And like he's saying, like they're trying to keep us from.
They're using it as a slur.
Right. He's saying that they're trying to keep us from getting what we deserve because they calling us. And I'm like,
who is they criticizing him?
I guess
niggas ain't got money like that.
Well, so
like,
he's
like
had
regular
a few
people
things that like lately. So like so Beyonce.
Okay.
For example, lately with the sample, the Khalees sample.
Yeah.
I saw that on the
And
list too.
like the controversy came up, and instead of her backing her fellow black female artists and being like, "Yeah, we deserve to have a bigger cut,"
speaking out of it.
She's the artist. It was her voice, instead of her backing her, she just cut the sample and didn't say shit. She took the sample.
So it was
she
like a
actually has a lot of
capitalist
power.
move.
So
to
that
do
was
something
integrity.
Like that.
That was
well, so
that's
like,
fucked up.
And people judged her for that. People judged her.
Okay.
Yeah, they judged her decision in that, and like her being silent and just taking the sample off when she could have. When she did go through it, she did obtain the sample properly and everything. But like, they were saying that was a moment
coming out
where
and saying like,
they're
yeah,
like,
you
if
know
you're
what?
such
Yeah,
black excellence.
Khalees
because
is right. That's my sister. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you really stand for black excellence, then stand for black excellence. Like,
I think there's a time. I think there's a time when I feel like black people sometimes insert the blackness part of it unnecessarily.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
they're
it's
capitalist,
like, how every time I do something, I have to mention this is for black people, or do I have to? Does every move that I do forever for the rest of my life have to be geared towards black people, especially now that I'm a billionaire?
Is that the curse of being a black rich person? Yeah, is that we have the pressure of having to cater to our own people?
But because of
Well, that's yeah.
Because they'll say that you
card in the
abandon them
interview,
if you don't.
Right.
Yeah. Well, okay. So going back to Jay-Z,
Yeah.
people saying people are using capitalism as a slur. I can see that.
Capitalist.
I can see them calling him a capitalist as a slur. But then at the same time, bro, that is literally what America is. It's capitalism.
Get your money, dude.
This is literally, this is why people come here, because it's capitalist. That is the culture.
Right.
That is what America is founded on, down from bringing slaves over. It was money. It was everything is capitalism. Like, everything has always been. If you ever wanted to figure out a problem, you always trace the money. That's where the money, you figure out where the money is coming from out of this situation. Then you either realize why a problem is there and why a problem might not go away. Because it might be making too much money. That's why you're never going to get rid of this. But yeah, it's weird. So it's like, you can't be a black billionaire. I guess you can't be a black billionaire without making capitalistic moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Can't be a billionaire without.
You're
making
absolutely a
capitalist moves.
Yeah,
capitalist.
you can't be a billionaire without being a capitalist.
Yeah, you're a
Yeah,
What's the
you
issue?
can't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Nigga, drug dealer is a capitalist.
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
Right.
Your
100%.
local drug dealer is a capitalist.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying. So why is he? What is he?
So
what's he talking
is it the
about?
motive of what they're doing? Because like you said, the drug dealer, it depends on what drug it is. Is it hurting the community?
Especially if it's a hard drug.
Yeah.
If you're a hard drug
right.
dealer, coke, heroin, meth,
Yeah.
ecstasy, things like that. Yeah, you are for sure a
like
capitalist.
crack hurt
Yeah.
the
Crack,
black community.
you're a
Yeah,
capitalist.
you are
So
a hardcore
sure.
capitalist. Yeah.
you're just,
So that's why I'm trying to. I guess I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, like what you were saying. Like, what is the issue?
Yeah, what is the issue
that
then?
people like? Is it the fact that he's a capitalist? Is he rich? That's the problem,
Right?
Or is it that he's rich
No.
and not doing much for the communities? That's
I think
the
it's
problem.
one of those
Or, like,
things
what
is
is the
where
problem?
it's like when you make that much money, especially coming from a culture where he came from, hip hop, where we've always, well, you start off by glorifying. You're telling us the things to buy that is kind of glorification, and money is always just a part of rap and hip hop music. So, I guess we've always been privy to how you move your money. Now that we don't like that you're moving your money this way, we get to judge you for it.
But
I don't
they're
know. It
always
is
gonna
really
judge you.
weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's like I see exactly what he's saying.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
they're definitely trying to turn it into
Yeah, like it's
a
a
negative word,
bad
like
thing.
you fucking
Yeah.
capitalist. But it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
for your local drug dealer is a capitalist. The person who owns the most real estate in your
Jeff
town,
Bezos is a capitalist.
Yeah.
yeah, the
Jeff
person
Bezos.
who owns the most real estate in your local town, that whether you know it or not has political power because of how much real estate they own, they're capitalists too. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of capitalism is dictating everything
Yeah.
Right.
that you do in your regular life. You're only going to work
Yeah.
because you're a capitalist in some way, so you could buy something that you want.
He's just
Yeah.
pretty good at it. That's all.
Yeah, he's just better than you. It's got to be a jealousy thing almost.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it to me, I don't think he really needed to address that because, like I said, because he drug race into it, and it's just be all right. Hey, I'm a capitalist. Own that shit. Hell yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
capitalist.
you just
Own
own
that
it,
shit,
bro.
dude. Like, who cares, man?
What are they gonna do to you?
Right, the people that are talking probably don't have as much money as you do. So
They definitely don't have.
you know
enough
what I
money
mean?
to do. Yeah.
So like, just just
Yeah,
own it,
yeah, I
man.
just
The
trying to
loudest
figure out,
people are
like,
definitely the
what it is.
brokest people.
Right.
Which one?
The loudest people.
The loudest
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
it's not a black-white thing. Like I said, he broke through that wall.
Yeah, he's been surpassed. That.
He ain't even like black don't matter.
You remember how
anymore.
mad they was when he went to that NFL meeting? He said, "We're past kneeling."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Moved on.
You don't remember that? Colin Kaepernick started.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Niggas
Jay-Z,
boycotted the NFL
Yeah.
for like 2-3 years, and then Jay-Z did a deal with them for the halftime show.
Yep.
And did a press conference and said, "Look, we're past kneeling.
Yeah.
We're moving forward."
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
and people
Quit
were
kneeling.
pissed at that, bruh.
Yeah.
But it's real shit.
Yeah, it's like, how long we gonna do it? What kind of shit don't work?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they wasn't doing shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just making fans mad.
Bringing awareness and making people mad, but like outside of that, it didn't implement the change that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, is it anything besides virtue signaling?
Right.
Like, what did they
Yeah.
actually
What are
do?
the what
I
are the
didn't realize
actions,
how many,
you know?
Yeah.
Jay-Z topics. There's a lot of New
Really?
York and Jay-Z
Jay-Z?
topics. on
What?
here,
Really?
Yeah. Jay-Z reportedly held a cryptocurrency course for housing project residents in NYC, but it had not been received very well. One resident said, "If you want to do something, fix this place up. We have a basketball court with no hoops. Our park is broken up in here." He said he should be doing more for his community, not no Bitcoin Academy.
Yeah. I mean,
That's strong right there.
That is.
Look, it's almost like what 50 said, like in Hit It or Love It. He's like, I get rich and leave this bitch and never come back if I could, or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Never come
Oh,
back
yeah,
if I
yeah,
could.
yeah.
Nah, facts.
Yeah, like so when black people are on that mindset of just getting rich and leaving everybody behind, it's like because white people are not in that, for the most part, are not in that situation where they have to help their people out in some way,
Yeah,
so they
they're-
can get rich,
Yeah.
and that's
Generally,
it.
they
And
might
be
be
So-
better. They're better off.
So that's the thing, right? Some of these areas, unfortunately, are like war zones, low key, right? Some of these like
Oh, for sure.
hood areas can get real crazy, right?
Yeah.
So if you make it out of that, why don't we treat it like somebody who's trying to make it out as a refugee?
Make
like,
it out of the what?
like they make it out of if somebody's make it out of like a real war zone and they go somewhere, you try to shelter them, but if you make it out of a war zone from being like from the hood and you make it out, everybody just like, why you not coming back?
But
And it's like, nigga, I just left something that
Yeah.
was like crazy.
Right, I escaped. What do you
And then
mean?
it's almost
I just
like-
escaped something really crazy. Like,
Yeah.
Because
it's tough to go back here.
I
I
used
mean,
to-
like, I go back and show
Oh,
love
yeah.
to the hood, but it's like, for me to live here would now be a danger to my life.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So do you think? Okay, so if you escaped it and you became a billionaire, do you think that you have?
You have
do
some.
think-
I think you should do everything you can for your people. Yes,
Okay.
but I don't think you should need to go back there necessarily.
My thing is, okay, so honestly,
like,
where you
stay
come
and
from,
live and stuff
a
like
lot
that.
of that stuff, property value wise, it's not worth anything much anyway.
Yeah.
So you
To
might as well
even-
just buy your block.
That's what I'm saying. Buy your block. Do
Buy
your
your
shit.
block,
like do
renovate the houses,
do
let
the,
people stay
do the
living in
Nipsey
them.
Hustle thing. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, buy your block, do your shit, but also protect yourself at the same
Right.
time.
Upgrade the park, build them in a really nice community center
Yeah.
where they can take STEM classes and all kinds, give them
Yeah.
opportunities.
Well,
man.
how about this though? But Well, how about this? Because Nipsey Hussle still, I don't know if he did parks. I'm sure he did giveaways and stuff like this. How do you feel about the fact that some people don't want an academy? Because by me putting academy or a stem cell research classes in your neighborhood is not good enough for me.
Right.
They're looking at it as, no, nigga, give me a new backpacks and give us new apartment buildings, handouts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Compared to
body
a
apartments.
Bitcoin Academy is just like a stem cell class.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to go and still do the work.
Right. But
You
you,
know what I'm
learn
saying?
something like good for
Yeah,
you
you're
and-
learning
yeah,
something
yeah.
that could bring you out of this position
Right.
instead of handing something to you.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right,
it could also be looked at that way as well.
Right.
To where, Jay-Z might know fully that these things are broken.
But it's like, why?
Why would I fix that when I could teach you how to
yeah.
Just
It's like,
you
it's like
know,
the fish, like the fish.
Why,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah,
Why
teach you how
give you
to
the
fish instead
fish?
of giving you
Teach
the
you how to fish instead of giving you fish.
I get the
it's-
concept.
there's
yeah.
concepts there, but I think there was also a strong argument to say that there are other things you could do for that purpose. Like
That's
you
mine.
could
Well,
talk you could talk specifically more about stocks or something else versus Bitcoin, which is still so relatively new and
Yeah,
not that many
Bitcoin,
people
yeah,
went off
I
of
would
it.
rather
You
have
could
a
do, like,
stock.
You know what I'm saying?
money
Like
management.
you could do like other investment opportunities.
Yeah.
real
Yeah,
estate,
Bitcoin class, I wouldn't give a
schools,
fuck
blah,
about
blah,
that, honestly. either.
blah. Right.
Teach
So
them how to
like-
manage their finances better.
Yeah.
Because we
like,
didn't watch
so that-
Bitcoin and
How to get
all
to
the
property
crypto
ownership.
shit goes up and down so much. Put a real estate class or something.
Yeah, teach them how to
Right,
get to property
right,
ownership.
yeah.
Teach them
Put
how to,
something
teach
that's
them how to buy a
like
house for
guaranteed.
themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
DJ Envy. You know what I'm saying?
I would.
Yeah.
So my thing. Okay, you could buy the whole project building for like I don't know 20 million.
Okay, well, this is
30
another
million,
thing
you
that I
know?
think we always be forgetting. Niggas, just people love to say buy your block. This shit ain't for sale.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of the time.
That's true.
Oh, that's
if I
landlords
own
holding that
14
tight.
apartment, if I own 14 projects that are making me 17 million a month,
Yep.
fuck you, nigga. It's not for
Yeah,
sale, nigga.
that's true.
It's
That's
not.
true. That's
It's
true.
not.
And you ain't
So that
repairing
is
a
another
damn
thing.
thing.
That is another thing that we have to
That's
to
true.
remember.
That's
No, you're right. No, that's
Somebody
true.
owns this
I know
building, and no, I don't want your money for charity, and it's not for sale. Excuse me, I'm
And-
busy.
and
you know
you-
what I'm saying? Like,
And you have the double-edged sword of
He's like, oh, you used to live here? Great. Oh, 213 is open.
yeah, bro.
facts, that's
Did you
facts.
want a building?
I ain't
Did you
gonna
want an
hold you, that's
apartment
facts.
in
Yeah.
these projects?
I could rent
'Cause
one
I
to
could-
you.
I could get that to you.
Yeah.
But you ain't getting my goddamn
Yeah,
building. You
yeah,
crazy as
bro.
hell. This is gonna feed
Nah,
my
bro.
family for
Yeah.
the next
Generations.
1,000
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, hell no.
then you have like the double-edged sword of like when you revamp an entire like area, the price goes up.
Goes up,
So then
Right.
the people who already live there
Struggle
would
to
be
live.
kicked out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
oh, yeah,
You're
we
gentr-
did-
you're
yeah,
gentrifying.
yeah, that's another
So
thing.
there's gentrification.
Yeah, gentrifying. Yeah. So
Jay
it's
Z
like-
gives them a funding to remodel the whole building. He's
Then the
kicking
prices
all
all them people
kicking
out.
all them folks out.
Yep.
Yeah, then it's
You're-
for white
'cause-
people in
because-
Compton
Property value's gonna go up.
Because now these projects
that they
are
can't
now,
afford.
Are, instead of 1,500 a unit, these just jumped to 25 to 3,000 a unit.
So it's like this
yeah, you for sure
double-edged
can't
sword
live
that's
here.
like you
hold
can't
up.
even change.
Now, okay, so like Marcy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
he
like
said he was
government
gonna-
housing, right?
And that's another thing. The government owns a lot of these projects. Yeah.
So okay, so like you said, not.
There's not even a private owner.
Not
Yeah,
for
it's
sale.
not even
Right,
somebody you
that's
could
true.
offer enough to.
That's true.
You don't. The town owns it. The state owns it.
Right.
Fact.
So it's like
So-
everything it just is the way it will
The
always
best
be.
exactly. The best thing you can do is put a class in there.
So that
Yeah,
actually means
yeah,
that the
and make them
saddest
smarter.
thing is that the city of New York allows people to live like that.
Exactly.
That's-
100%.
That's really what's sad.
100% for
That's
sure.
crazy.
Yeah.
Because they have all the power. They could suck some money out of something else and like
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
renovate
Yeah.
those apartments and fix stuff and give
Yeah.
them let them not have roaches.
Yeah.
I was watching this video once again, man. I stay talking about the Channel 5 video. You see the O Block joint?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
did.
watched it today.
And
too.
I was
That
gonna,
O-Block shit
I was
is
gonna add it to the. I was gonna add it to this
crazy.
podcast. So go ahead.
Oh man, that O
It
Block
was
shit.
amazing.
Chicago is.
Chicago is a war zone, bro.
Chicago is-
Oh,
Chicago
shit.
is
So
different.
Kanye and them are right.
Because I was chilling with a shorty who was from Chicago one time. We're out front on the porch, and y'all know I got a speed hump in front of my house.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, she every time somebody slowed down, she freaked the fuck out a little bit.
Damn, she got
She's like, why do keep? She's like, yo, why do people keep slowing down in front of your house? She's like, oh, it's a speed hump. Nigga, everybody has PTSD from Chicago.
Oh shit.
Whether you were a part of the killings or not. She was like, and when she started doing that, I was like, I told her, I said, bruh, I didn't realize Chicago was this bad. I was like, and I'm like, I asked her, I'm like, were you a part of that? She said, you don't have to be a part of it. Like,
Yeah, you know.
She said, they see you with somebody that has an op. You're now a marked target.
Shit.
Just seeing somebody with you.
Bro.
She's like, you can barely date because I can't get caught in public. I can't be seen with this nigga.
That's crazy.
Because they'll come at me thinking I'm your love,
Right.
when I just met you and gun me down and just to hurt you.
Bro.
So it's like that's how bad it is in Chicago.
No value
bro.
for life.
Yeah, bro.
Whatsoever.
It's crazy,
That's
dog.
insane, man. Yeah.
But
What'd
the
they
O Block
say?
shit was amazing.
What did they say? 5,800
Since
bodies
20
in 20. But no, that was in 1 year. That was in.
That wasn't 1 year.
Like gang
Yeah, it
violence?
was
In
5.
2017, there were like
5,000
5,800
murders.
Yeah, homicides. Yeah.
Yep.
That's insane, man.
That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
See, it makes it hard to
You'll
fight
never be the
against white
same.
people when they're like,
Yeah.
oh, black people
Yeah.
are the most dangerous.
That's
Never be
why.
the same,
That's
bro.
why when Lil Durk's house got shot up, and it was 5 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning,
Yep.
and he was up ready for war.
Yep.
That's like most of us would not be up. You can't you're up ready for war because
Because you have to.
the
Survival
odds of
instinct,
you
man.
being up at 5 a.m. ready to literally shoot it out. You have to be from a certain environment.
That's
Chirac,
true.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what like you. How do you live in? How do you imagine somebody living in Iraq or something? Yeah. When,
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
bro.
Which-
like-
I mean, we
Crazy,
on
bro.
a
That's
whole
a
nother
war
level
zone. That's what I was
'cause
saying
we bomb
earlier.
people. It's like being bombed.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like
different.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
different.
yeah, bro, that's different,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
I like, bro, we got to go. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
yeah,
we
I don't care how
could
dirty
we could just
yeah,
be
we gotta
chilling
go,
here
bro.
right now,
Yeah, yeah,
and a
yeah.
bomb goes off. That's
That's true.
crazy.
That's not even
yeah.
fair,
that's
bro.
crazy.
That's not even
Yeah,
fair.
yeah,
Yeah,
no
that's
fighting
true,
chance.
that's true.
There's
cheat
nothing.
code, bro.
Yeah, Sunday dinner. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
could just go down at any moment, and then even if it goes off close enough to where we don't die, but we're fucked up over
You're
it.
fucked
You know
up,
what I'm
though.
saying?
You're fucked.
Like,
The shrapnel, yo.
yeah, the shrapnel, maybe
Oh,
a side
man.
of the house blows over.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's
Collapses
crazy.
or whatever. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, damn that, man. But it's crazy. We have an exclusive clause to do that to people.
Yeah, we damn
Only
sure
we can
do.
do. Only we can bomb people like that.
But back to the O Block thing.
Yeah.
And Ukrainians now.
The O Block thing was crazy.
But yeah, O Block's
Channel 5
crazy.
O Block. I saw
Yeah,
it.
man.
I saw it 48 minutes after it dropped.
Yo, I saw. I think I saw maybe an hour and 10 minutes. I
Nigga,
think I
at
saw,
48 minutes, it had 107,000 views.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been
man.
going up.
It
Yeah,
went crazy.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
can we talk about how they lined up Adam 22?
Yeah,
Right.
they lined him
They
up.
lined him up. Did you
bro.
you saw
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. No, I
They
saw it.
They
too. I
lined
saw it
them
today.
up, bro.
They did.
I saw him on.
And they brought academics on there too. They talked
Yep.
about.
Oh,
Excellent,
But they did a good
excellent
job.
journalism.
Yeah,
I saw him on Joe Budden.
Man, Andrew
Adam.
Callahan's
Yeah.
about to
And
pop
he was
off,
lighting
bro.
him up.
Yeah.
Andrew Callahan is that guy, bro.
He's got
for
man.
real.
He like at first it was because I've been watching him way back.
I've been watching him
Way
for a
back.
minute now. Yeah.
I mean since I don't know. It's got to be 2015, 2017 or something. 2017 maybe.
Oh, y'all
I've been
going
watching
crazy.
him
Nah, I
since
started-
2020,
Oh, yeah,
2019 or
man.
2020.
Nah, I'm
Even
you.
because he's been making like just niggas
'Cause it
just
started with the
terrible
RV
quality.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was
It's-
so funny.
Yep, always been funny, man. He gets the best content out of people,
He does.
and he's one of those people. He's really good at giving you enough room to give
To hang
for you-
yourself.
Yeah, you just wanna
essentially.
hang yourself.
For
Yeah,
sure. That's literally what he's doing.
and
yeah.
he won't disagree with you,
No.
but he'll let
He's
you.
not there to
he'll let
argue
you
with
go. Yeah, he does a really good job of the interviewer nod, which I'm
Yeah.
in practice. We're doing live interviews this drink.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I heard
practicing.
about that. There's this whole thing. It's the way you nod. It's the way you nod.
It's
Oh,
the way
yeah.
you
Oh,
nod
yeah.
and hold your silence.
And it makes them think that
Yeah.
you're saying
They're doing the
and,
right
uh-huh,
thing.
You gotta
uh-huh,
hold
keep
your
going,
silence.
uh-huh,
He
keep
was
going.
he was doing that. He was talking about that on No Jumper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's
he was talking
He was talking about that, whereas
yeah.
he's like, when
Yeah.
you're quiet and you just give people slight reassurances,
Yeah.
they will jump off the deep end.
They
Yeah,
just keep
yeah,
going.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
will.
it makes you feel like, oh, I'm
bruh.
doing something right.
Right.
I was on a date and I did that. We were at the bar and this dude was just talking it was two drunk dudes on the other side. One nigga's just extremely drunk, but he just talking, and this other dude was talking to us. We started getting into a conversation about something. And this nigga, we just let this nigga have enough rope to hang himself. I was eating this shit, and I was just yeah, all right, let him call it. And he's trying to low key talk to the girl I'm with. I'm just
Yeah.
no, we're not trying to talk to her
Yeah.
for real.
Well, yeah,
I'm just,
yeah.
He's just trying to be engaging as a
Yeah.
friendly person.
Yeah.
But I can tell that it's moving into he thinks that he has some sort of swag that is appealing.
Right.
So I
Feeling
just
himself.
let him hang himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's essentially with that same method. I'm just oh, go ahead, continue.
Well,
Yeah.
Yep.
Continue.
People
Like,
just
all right,
don't.
that's enough, bro. You're like,
Yeah.
all right.
No, bring him back to a certain point to ask him again what his point was for the whole thing. Realize he didn't have one. You know what
Like, I'm
saying?
sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't hear you. Can you repeat all of it
So how
again?
do y'all feel? So how do y'all feel about Adam 22? I don't feel like DJ Academics is a relevant point of this conversation because he's kind of surpassed that already.
Yeah, he has.
But how do y'all feel about Adam 22 and Andrew Callahan's position on having YouTube channels that platforms and speaks a lot about gang culture. If y'all have any opinion on it at all.
Oh, because of the exploitation thing.
Yes, the exploitation.
it's like
Yeah.
exploitation,
Y'all have
yeah.
You saw the Joe Budden one, right?
Yeah, I saw.
So
the
at
clip.
least you saw that. So
Yeah.
you're not completely.
Or they were lighting them up. About
Yeah,
it.
but you got to see. It doesn't. You can still have your own opinion based off of that too, though.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
I mean, like first of all, that this was kind of like the first time it was even brought to my attention
So
that
you
people were using
something you
it
never thought
as
deeply
yeah,
about,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm like, oh, well, like people who are not in the culture, sort of using that culture.
To like profit off of. It's
Yeah.
tough, man. But
It's
like,
a
it's
slippery
a
slope, I
slope,
guess.
man. But
Yeah.
academics did bring up one of those points where like, because I watched the Joe Budden thing too, and it
Yeah.
was like parts of each side I agreed with.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I can
And,
see both.
I can see
sides.
both sides.
Yeah.
But it's like academics did point out like the thing about your audience, because I know Adam 22 would say like, I got to give the people what they want, you know. But it's like the people want a lot of things. Like,
Audience
you
Yeah.
could,
thirsty,
Yeah.
man.
you know what I'm saying? It's like I could choose to give them this, but I shouldn't be moving off the audience. I should be moving, and my audience should be moving with me.
Right.
I shouldn't be moving directly off of what I think my audience wants. I
But
should
that's
give
how
my
most
audience.
people do it in the algorithm age now.
What?
Right. Yeah.
People are kind of like, well, what do people want to click on? You know?
And see, that's
but-
why it was interesting. See, Andrew Callahan's position is he holds his journalistic integrity a lot higher. So he understands.
Exactly.
And that's what was also interesting about his O-Block video is that it's not that we just look at O-Block. He also covers the rise of covering gang culture and violence on YouTube.
Right.
How that became its own subsection.
Yeah.
And how DJ Academics, I didn't realize, was kind of the father of that.
Yeah.
Pioneering, which I never thought of it that way, but yeah, he was the pioneer of.
Definitely was. Like street beef news.
He created
kinda.
that niche
Yeah,
that
that
became
niche,
that
yeah.
gets millions of views.
Right.
Right.
And the channels that were birthed out of that were stuff like No Jumper. Vlad has been around since before that.
Yep.
But Vlad was a little different though.
Yeah, Vlad was a little different.
Vlad
He
had
would
other
lean.
stuff
He
going on.
leans into everything.
Yeah, Vlad had other
He
stuff.
gonna
Right,
lean
right.
into. He gonna lean into everything. Whatever he don't.
It
give
don't
a
matter
fuck.
to him. It's all
It's capitalism
right.
over
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
And Adam kind of came into that as well too,
Yeah,
where it's
more.
kind of capitalism over everything.
Right.
But I did think it was interesting that Andrew's position is more like on the No Jumper podcast. He was saying that there's something that's not correct about it, because he's like, me as a hip hop fan, I shouldn't know so many people that have died.
Right.
The
right.
fact that that's being used to monetize and make money off of
Right.
me as a human, if I'm not in that environment,
Yeah.
and it's sad that they're in that environment, but he was like, I can name 20 people that have died that I never have met because you're covering that topic now. Psychologically, that has to do something to the human
Oh,
being.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Attaching
Death
yourself.
for
You're gonna
entertainment.
empathize.
Death for
at a certain
entertainment.
point.
Yeah. And then academics also had that position of, you realize that the audience is bloodthirsty. And it
Right,
made me think
right.
of
Who's
it
at
made
fault?
Me,
Yeah.
It made me think of the gladiators.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not
yeah.
like
Watching
that.
Tiger.
What the people want. They
get
want to
eaten
see
by
more
tigers.
deaths. They
It's,
want to see.
it's always been a part of
always been
human
that.
nature.
Yeah.
Watching,
Yeah.
watching.
Oh man.
Death.
So
and
yeah,
just-
watching
Comments go
death has
crazy.
always
been
been.
a thing. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a
blood-
revenge
yeah.
death, man. Oh, a revenge killing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Audience
love that
go
in movies
crazy.
too.
They-
You know what I'm
everything.
saying?
That's true,
Like,
in
that
movies.
gets our blood
Yeah.
boiling
For
when
sure.
Yep.
you know,
The
like
whole series can be centered around that whole thing.
we
Yeah.
all love the
yeah.
underdog. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And we don't care whether it's you beating them up or you killing them. We're okay with both.
Agreed.
You know what I'm
Agreed.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. It's almost like us as humans, we've tried to coddle that part. Do you think that's made people pop more? Because that's something that I've thought about. You think a school shooters would be less if they had somewhere to gladiator themselves at?
What do you mean?
Or fight club themselves at?
But they don't want to do that. That's not their.
Some of them are destructive, though. Some
Yeah.
of them are doing it to die. That is their suicide.
Yeah, I feel like that's their whole
mission.
thing. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
They want to commit suicide.
Or
by
they
cop.
want to inflict pain on other people. Why don't
Yeah.
you go somewhere, give them somewhere to go
Where you can do that.
where they can do that? You have signed waivers to die.
So you're
You know what
saying
I'm
we should bring back the Coliseum?
Thank you guys so much for 700 subscribers. We need you to make it to 8. So make sure you hit the like, follow, share, subscribe button. Do they have those up there?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Have it all.